Hey everybody, it's Jason Blahall with Ice Cream Fitness here. It is time for the final installment of the Monday Q&A today, so let's get into it. First question. Will reverting back to a full body split 3 days a week be sufficient considering I currently do a 5-day split covering a body part each day? Been training a few years but going back to uni and won't have time to train 5 times a week. Yeah, it would be perfectly acceptable. Full body programs 3 times a week built pretty much all of the Mr. Universe physiques up through the 1950s and 1960s. That is how every single bodybuilding champion in the world trained, who were the best of the best. I mean, this is what built physiques like Reg Park, Steve Reeves, people like that. So for the majority of people, it's actually going to be a superior form of training to what you're currently doing. So there's no reason at all you can't switch back to that and possibly make better progress than you've been making. Alright, next question. I've been training for many years and hit numerous plateaus throughout that time. But this most recent one seems to be unbreakable. How can you tell when you've reached your natural limit? I don't believe completely in the concept of the natural limit. Yes, I know I throw figures out there saying that if someone's been training for many years, these are going to be the limits of what they can hit based upon research we've seen, studying these athletes, if you've got good genetics, and these charts I've put up. But a person should never stop gaining. It's that you see dramatically, very dramatically diminished returns with every year of training. And I think that once you get past about that 3-year mark, for most lifters, expecting to gain more than a pound of muscle per year drug-free is just simply going to be unrealistic. If you train another 20 years, you still might put on another 20 pounds of muscle, but you're looking at training for 23 to 25 years to get there, and that's just something you have to accept. It's not that you've plateaued, it's just that you've reached the normal diminished returns for a drug-free lifter, and that's just reality, and you guys have to learn to accept that if that's the route you want to go, you're going to stay natural, which is perfectly admirable if that's what you want to do. But you need to realize that you will eventually reach a point to where future progress is going to slow to a point to where in 10 years time of busting your ass on an advanced program, you might make less gains than you did in your first year over the span of 10 full years. And not only might, you probably will. So you've not plateaued, you're just seeing diminished returns most likely. So just continue training and make the progress that you are capable of making. Alright, last question for the week. Do you think you'll surpass the strength levels you had before you became ill? I honestly don't know. All I'm going to do is come in and give it my best and just continue to hammer away year after year after year. Now, I honestly don't think I'm going to surpass my strength levels, but I think because I am training and supplementing specifically for powerlifting and not mixing bodybuilding and powerlifting work together, that I will hopefully be able to hit the same strength levels at a much lower body weight, which will make me better at what I'm doing, because while my lifts were quite good by most standards, from an elite powerlifting perspective, because of the body weight I was carrying from all the extra hypertrophy, they weren't particularly impressive. It's not impressive for a 250-pound guy to bench 405 for a few reps. And I know that sounds crazy to some people. They're saying, oh, that's impressive. No, it's not impressive in the powerlifting world. Same thing, if you're 250 pounds and you're only squatting 585 pounds for a few reps, from an elite powerlifting perspective, that's not particularly impressive. It's good, but it's not great. You come back and you do those same things weighing at 200 pounds, now you're at the elite level. So no, I don't necessarily expect to surpass my previous strength, but I expect to do so at a much lower body weight and have a much better Wilks score. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you next time. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go.